Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. We haven't met before. My name is Shiv. Hello, if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I have this makeup look for you right here using, as you can tell from the title, the Beauty Bay X Nikkie Tutorials eyeshadow palettes. Can we just take a second? I will kind of show you a close-up later on in this video, and I think I just put my thumb in a shadow. Did I? No. But yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to show you how I created this makeup look and kind of like my reactions to some of the shades. So yeah, if you would like to see how I got this makeup look using the Beauty Bay and Nikkie Tutorials palette, then please carry on watching. I've been a fan of Nikkie Tutorials forever, since like YouTube old school. I used to watch like makeup collection videos where people would collect like the MAC pigments and the paint pots and stuff and all the pro things, and they would like stack them up in their like DIY makeup organizations. So that's kind of like where I discovered Nikkie, was like back in the day. And I feel like the YouTube community has grown so much in the space of like, honestly, like not even that long, like 6-7 years really isn't that long for an industry to grow as much as the makeup and like beauty industry has here on YouTube. So I'm so proud of Nikkie. I think she's the most incredible person, and yeah, I'm just like really freaking proud. I think it's amazing that we can, as like influencers, we like that word, content creators, that's what I like, and things like that, that we can have such an influence and such an impact that we can collaborate with brands and create products. I think it's amazing and just goes to show how much makeup has an impact on people's lives. So I thought I'd just I thought I'd make a little input there just to kind of vouch for Nikkie. Not that she'll probably watch this video, but if you do, hi. Anyway, if you'd like to see how I got this makeup look, my thoughts, feelings, emotions, opinions on the palette, then please carry on watching. Before you do, please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. That was different, wasn't it? Right, I am so excited. Just look at how beautiful this palette is. I'll do a close-up shot for you now because I doubt this is in focus, but this is just absolutely gorgeous. It comes with kind of two sides, the palette, so like a bright and colourful side and then more of like a darker, smokier side. I'm actually going to be using the darker, smokier side today, and I'm going to be using browns and like the duochrome green bronzy kind of shade. It looks bronze in the pan, but reading the little leaflet that the palette comes with, it actually says it's a duochrome green. And I will be doing a brighter look with this palette, so let me know if you want me to do that. I do a lot of bright looks on my channel, so I figured for the first time use I'd actually do more of a neutral, smokier look, but do let me know if you want me to use the brighter shades. I'll definitely get around to it for you. Oh, it's just so stunning. Can we just first talk about how beautiful this packaging, like the detail involved in this is just absolutely insane. This is, I would say, just because of the attention to detail, this is probably the most beautiful palette I have to look at, like aesthetically pleasing. This is just so freaking cool. Like, I love it. I love the fact that there's like two sides to it, and I think this is just done perfectly. You also get a magnifying mirror and then a normal mirror on one side as well. I'm going to be using a different mirror just for ease of use throughout the video. So the first shade that I am going to dip into is this one right here, which is called 5 AM, which is a chocolate brown matte shade, and I am going to be taking that on a Peaches Makeup PC22 brush, which is kind of like a dense blending brush. I cannot wait until I can get an autofocus camera. Okay, so I'm just going to dip into 5 AM. I've just got the palette in front of me. Oh, it looks creamy just like on swirling the product. There's a little bit of fallout, but I don't mind fallout at all. Usually to me that just means the colour's like pigmented. Got hair on my lip. Okay, so I'm just going to start by pressing this into the outer corner. As you can see, I've already done my brows. I used the Pink Honey Cola Tint Brow Glue and then also the P. Louise base in Rumour number 2, and I popped a little bit of tape on the outer edge of my arm. Oh, that's pigmented. Is it a pressed pigment palette? Let's just confirm. I don't know what it would say. Yeah, pressed pigment palette. Okay, that would be why. Perfect. I never tried the Mitchell palettes, so I don't really have much to compare to. I've used the Beauty Bay original palettes before and I love them, so I knew that I would like this, but yeah, that is super pigmented. Okay, I'm just going to start by like really packing that on the outer corner, almost like in a winged liner kind of shape to start off with. And then I'm just going to start by bringing that through kind of like the upper crease. I'm just kind of making this up as I go, but I do know that I want to use more of the kind of neutral tones of the look. I'm just kind of pressing that in. This is so pigmented. Going kind of in and then slightly above the crease, just wiggling my brush. Am I going to take it all the way across? No, I'm just going to take it maybe about halfway across. I think that will do. I've also turned up the exposure on my camera. I don't know if that's made it worse or helped. I feel like last time when I was editing my videos, it looked a bit too dark. So if it is too light, I do apologise. And try and play around with the lighting in editing. Oh my god, that's so nice. Okay, I think I've got the shape. I think I'm gonna leave this section blank. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more product. Not that we really need it, but I just want to smooth it out and get it as even as possible. Now it's kind of on there. Just wiggling my brush across, really working that on the outer corner, make that super dark. Just kind of start feathering the edges, but oh man, gold. This is like very pigmented. You could probably even just chuck this all across the lid with a fluffy brush and a very light hand, like pack it onto your lid and then blend it out just with another clean brush. And you've got like an everyday smoky eye done. Okay, I'm just diffusing the edges with no extra product, just so it's easier to blend the next shade. That's blending so nicely. Oh my god, this is like the best dark brown I've ever used, like matte shadow wise. This is insane. Why did she make her palette limited edition? I hate when people do that. I'm not usually one to buy limited edition products because I like to be able to know that if I do end up loving it, I can repurchase it. But I know that they'll probably keep restocking this palette for a while, just like they did with the Mitchell one. But I just do wish that they made it permanent. Okay, I'm really happy with that kind of so far, like pigment wise, blend wise, everything. Yeah, real good. Then I'm gonna go in with the shade Mila, which is this one right here, which is a warm lighter brown shade. There is actually a card that comes with the palette, which helps me because I cannot describe the colours. This is a caramel nude matte. She also has like little kind of diagrams on which colour is best with a brush and which kind of would be better with your fingers. I just prefer to use brushes, and plus I've got long nails, so it's kind of difficult. So I'll just be using brushes, but I'm taking the shade Mila, which is this one right here, just in case you missed that, and I'm going to use it to blend out the darker brown. And I'm taking it on a Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush. Okay, just tapping off the excess. I'm just going to start from the inner corner, just kind of buff that, just in that kind of empty gap that I created. Just start off with a little circular motions. Oh, that's nice. It's very warm on the eye. I like it. I'm going to blend that into the darker brown. It's creating a really nice blend. Okay, and then I'm just going to slowly start blending this on top of that darker chocolate brown shade. Going little circular motions. Trying to leave some room above the outer edge. So I will be blending that out as well. So nice. If it's got Nikkie Tutorials name on it, you know it's going to be a winner. Just saying. I've never tried her Ofra highlighters. I do want to try that. Let me know if they're any good. They look amazing. So I'm just blending that into the chocolate brown shade. Very light hand. Yep, love it. So nice. My brush, no extra product, just diffusing those edges. Then to finish off the kind of blend section, I'm going to take the lightest shade in the palette to blend with, which is this one right here. Can you see it? Which is called Basic Trapped, which is right here. It's just kind of like, what's it described as? Let me check my card. It is a pink toned nude matte shade. So I'm going to take that one right here. I'm taking it on a teeny tiny Morphe M562 blending brush. This one's a little bit more, it's got a little bit more fallout than the others. Okay, I'm just going to use that to just diffuse these edges. I'm not expecting it to add like a ton of colour, but more just to soften those edges there. Yeah, perfect. Just going to take a little bit of Mila to re-add that kind of warmth into the blend. I'm super happy with that blend. So now I've got my blend down to where I want it to be. To know what I'm doing with my hands. I'm going to take some cotton buds. These are just paper ones, I just had to clarify because they are biodegradable, like actually biodegradable. Not more plastic in the ocean, so I just like to mention that every time. So I'm going to take some micellar water right here and just load up my cotton bud, and I'm going to cut the crease about halfway. Yeah, just taking off the excess on the back of my hand so it's not like dripping everywhere. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut the crease, just pushing that into the socket. I'm not going to take it all the way across, just about 3/3. That doesn't make any sense. 2/3 of the way across. I'm just pushing that up and over like so. Okay, that will do me. I'm gonna take the dry side and then just dry kind of off. So we're gonna go back to my P. Louise base. Of course, if you don't have this, I highly recommend that you do, but if you don't, a concealer that sets would be good. Maybe the one that's not too oily, but I do definitely recommend this and it lasts for ages. I've actually just bought a backup because they were doing like a discount, but it is just so good. I'm just taking that on the back of my hand and just kind of flattening my brush. This is from Makeup International. If you are a subscriber of my channel, I can never find it online, but the Peaches makeup brush that I recently bought, I believe it's the PC40, is an amazing alternative and it's actually a bit better, but it needs a wash. So I'm just going to use this to cut the crease, just placing the product down and going along the line that I have created. And then I'm just going to pat that in so it's nice and even. Once that's patted on, I'm just going to smooth this out because I will need this for when I do the other eye. And I'm just going back to 5 AM, the chocolate brown. I'm just going to tap over the edges of this just to kind of blend it in a little bit. I really like doing that kind of smoky liner shape with this. Okay, and then I'm going to take Mila, tapping off the excess. I'm just kind of tapping that on the edge, the chocolate brown. You can see what I'm doing, just like that liner shape. The eyelashes themselves are so curly, so nice. You can actually leave it like that and just set the lid with some powder and that would look really nice and very like Instagram kind of model vibes. For the lid, I do want to use some shimmers, so I am going to start by taking Nikkie Tutorials, which is this one right here. Super pretty. This is described as a hazel shimmer right here. I am going to wet my brush, I think. Yeah, this is a Ava 234 Luxe Smoky Shader Brush. I'm just going to spritz it with a little bit of fixing spray. Give that a shake so it's not too wet. We've got a decent amount of product on the brush, which I always think is a good sign. Oh, wow, wow, that is so nice. I'm just going to push that into the lid in this kind of like diagonal shape. Oh my god, that is so pretty. Pushing that in right up to the cut crease line. I've smudged it a little bit, but it's fine. Oh, that rhymed. Again. Honestly, so pretty. Wow. And then right for the inner section, I'm going to take this shade. It's actually quite hard to show you. I'm going to take this one right here, which is called All In, if you can see, which is a green duochrome. Just taking it on this flat shader brush from Morphe. It's one of those brush sets. Spritzing it with some fixing spray. Oh my god, I've got so much product on the brush. This is perfect. Okay, and I'm just going to push this. Wow, I need to zoom you in. I don't know if you'll be able to see. I don't know if you can actually see, but it's literally stunning. Oh my god, this is the most beautiful shadow I've ever used. Definitely taking that slightly above the cut crease line, but it's fine. Now I'm going to pop some liner on real quick. This is the Morphe Ink Felt Tip Liner. I'm not going to do a wing. I kind of want the eyeshadow to kind of do the talking, but I'm just going to go along the lash line just to help the lashes blend in later. now I'm going to peel off the tape. That's a nice one. I've already primed the lower lash line, did that before pressing record, but I'm going to take the Morphe Trendsetter pencil liner. This is like a warm chocolatey brown. I think it'll go perfect with this look, so I'm going to pop that in at the upper and the lower waterline. I'm also going to try and like smudge it into the lashes as well. Then I'm going back to 5 AM, the dark chocolate brown. I'm just going to start by pushing this into the lower lash line, and that liner will help it be super dark and smoky. Pushing that in and just start to diffuse it a little bit. The difference between that eye and that eye. Crazy how much makeup can like completely change the way things look. I just love it. It's so fun and experimental. I'm going to do the inner corner highlight later because I have the Beauty Bay highlighter to test out as well. I'm just going to pop on some mascara. This is the Be Perfect Bad Llama mascara. Then for lashes, I have these ones, which are from an independent business. They are the, ooh, oh my god, they are the M lashes in the style Ivy. They are super, super fluffy, so I'm gonna go ahead, pop these on, do the other eye, and I'll be right back. My voice like stopped working then. We'll be back. So hi, I'm back with the other eye, and I have zoomed you out so you can see what I'm doing. I've turned down the exposure by 1. I'm just having trouble with like my lighting and everything at the moment. Do let me know your constructive feedback, what you like. Nicely. Okay, so moving on to the face, I'm going to go through this super quick because this main video is about the palette. The video is mainly about the palette, so I'm going to zoom through the face real quick. To prime the skin, I'm going to take the MUA Pro Base Banana Blur Primer. I used this the other day and I forgot how much I love this. It's super smoothing but doesn't feel like sticky. I love it. For foundation, I'm going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. This is in the shade 230N. I've used this a few times recently and I love it. It kind of goes on a little bit pink, but then when I blend it in, it looks fine. I think what I might do is at some point in the near future stock up on 220N. I feel like that will suit me a bit better. But yeah, I'm going to pop this all over the skin, and I'm going to be using my damp Morphe beauty sponge to apply it. I think the pump is a bit faulty on mine though, I won't lie. But I gotta try. The only reason I keep sneaking out at night to laugh with you in secret under. For cream bronzer, I wouldn't really call this a contour because it is quite warm, but I'm going to take the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Fawn. I'm going to apply a little bit of this just kind of along my cheekbones and around the top of my forehead, then blend it out with this angled brush from EYESHADOW. Wish me the best of luck, coming to get you. Wish me the best of luck, trying to steal your hand, coming to get you. Coming to get you, coming to get you. Pressing that into the skin as well as buffing to smooth it out. For my concealer, I'm going to take the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer in the shade C5. Just pop it in the usual places, chin, forehead, under the eyes, and then blend it out with the same Morphe sponge from earlier. Keep wishing you would kiss me under city lights. I know you feel it every time I look at you. I feel about you. Wish me the best of luck. I'm gonna win your love. Coming to get you, dying to feel your touch. Wish me the best of luck. Coming to get you. Wish me. I'm now going to set all of this into place with the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder in the shade Peach Glow. To be fair, I probably could use a darker shade of this powder. The shade range of this is a bit bad, but I do just love this powder. So I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and just press this into the skin. Then, because because I'm feeling extra, I'm going to take the MUA Pro Base Full Coverage Matte Press Powder in the shade 100. This is actually quite a like yellowy light powder, which I think is actually perfect for setting underneath the eyes if you're someone of my skin tone. I'm going to take a Real Techniques setting brush. This is a very old brush, got like a bite mark in it. Any old kind of fluffy big brush will work. I'm just going to set underneath my eyes with this to brighten. Then I'm going to do a tiny bit of contouring with the Carter Beauty Apollo Bronzer Palette. I'm going to take the shade Tinder, which is this one right here, which is more of a cool toned. And I'm going to take it on a BH Studio Pro No. 3 contour brush. Just kind of go under my cheekbones a little bit, tops of my forehead, under my jaw, that kind of thing. Then I'm going to bronze up using the same palette, but I'm going to take the shade Flame, which is the warmer tone, on a Sigma F25 tapered face brush. I'm just going to bronze up the outer perimeters of my face, a little bit across my nose.
Sometimes, but you're making me nervous. No, I've realized that I can't live without.
Moving on to blush, I'm going to take the Sigma Aura Powder Nymphea Face Powder, which looks like this. It looks kind of intimidating in the pan, but it gives a really nice flash of colour. And I'm going to take it on a Zoeva 126 Luxe Cheek Finish brush and just pop it on the apples of my cheeks.
With you in secret under city lights. Surprised you never had the guts to figure out.
Then I'm going to set all of this into place with the MUA Pro Base Fixing Spray. Okay, so now we get to try the highlighter. I'm taking the Beauty Bay highlighter in the shade Beam. After I purchased these products, and in the lineup to today, they've recently released blushes and bronzers. Didn't have time to wait, so we've just got the highlighter today. I'm taking the shade Beam. I'm going to take it on a Zoeva Luxe Powder Fusion highlighter brush. I'm not going to wet the brush at first, but I'm just going to pack that onto my cheekbones, tips of my nose, and then I am going to take a pencil brush and pop it in the inner corner of my eye. Let's give this a go. I'm very excited. Oh my god, that's so pretty. I'm going to wet the brush because this is a little bit like, this is a lot. Let's make it a lot. Yep, obsessed. That's so nice. Wow. Damn. And then on the end of my nose, I just love the way this looks. So I'm just going to spritz a little pencil brush. This is the Peaches PC38. I'm going to pop that in the inner corner. I'm just going to pop some mascara on my lower lashes. This lash is lifting on the inner corner, but I don't have the patience to try and fiddle with it, so just ignore it. Okay, thank you. For lips, I'm going to take Peaches Makeup Praline Lip Liner. Oh, beautiful. My lips are so dry at the moment, but I'm going to do a lip scrub tonight. Like, they are so dry. And then we have a Beauty Bay lip gloss to try. I've seen kind of swatches on these on LSG Makeup, Lucy's Instagram, and they looked quite pigmented. So I'm going to take the shade Slippers, which is the pinky nude, and pop this on. Okay, you don't actually get a lot of product on the like wand, so you might have to go in a few times. It's a nice colour. That goes with the lip liner quite well. I'm going to go in one more layer. That's really pretty. Doesn't feel sticky at all. And this is the finished makeup look using the Beauty Bay X Nikkie Tutorials eyeshadow palette, which looks like this if you just wanted a little reminder of how gorgeous this palette is. I am obsessed. I had absolutely no issues with the shadows whatsoever. They performed beautifully, blended beautifully, pigmented, unreal. And I was so impressed with this shade right here, this kind of light duochrome green, because I do find a lot that glittery shades, they look beautiful in the pan, but they're more of like an eyeshadow topper, whereas this you can just use as an eyeshadow and it looks unreal. I definitely want to dive into the more colourful shades in the palette, so if you do want to see another tutorial using the bright side of the palette, then please let me know down below and I will definitely get around to that for you. I'm sure that they'll restock this a few times, so keep an eye out on the website. The day that I'm filming this, actually, they restocked it but I don't think this video is going to be up for like a week or so. So yeah, keep an eye out on the website and let me know if you want me to do like a specific look using this palette. I would definitely do that for you because I feel like the rest of the palette is going to be just as beautiful. I do remember actually, when it comes to red eyeshadows, because there's a pure red right here, it's kind of difficult for me to show you, but kind of in the direction of my pinky finger, which is called Mackay, after Nikkie's brother. And I remember that I used to have a eyeshadow from Kryolan I don't know how to pronounce the brand, but I had that shadow and it was like my only good red eyeshadow. But I feel like brands are really like taking it on board that we want these bright bold colours to play with. So yeah, I think this palette is absolutely beautiful and I would highly recommend getting it while you still can. And just like a look at the packaging, like the attention to detail is insane. I have a few palettes on my dresser that I can kind of like put on display, and this will be definitely going up there because it is just so gorgeous and it's something that I would like to kind of use if I'm not filming. I mean, I don't tend to wear makeup much if I'm not filming, but I want to start again. I want to start wearing makeup every day just for myself. It makes me feel really good. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna put this out on display. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And the highlighter, by the way, unreal. I'll just hit myself in the nose. That's not unreal. Ow. And the gloss is really nice as well. My lips are super dry, so it's not going to look the best, but it is really nice. It doesn't feel sticky or anything like that. I'm moving my mouth all around. We're talking right now as we're going, and there's not like sticking together or like doing that weird congealing thing that lip gloss sometimes does. So yeah, big thumbs up from me. I did have kind of high expectations when pressing record for this video. I just kind of knew that I would love the Beauty Bay products. I've tried the eyeshadow palettes before and I really liked them, and I feel like if Nikkie's put her name on something, you know it's going to be good. So yeah, massive thumbs up from me for the highlighter, the lip gloss and the palette. The rest of the makeup I have already tried. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be alerted when I upload a new video. I'd really appreciate it if you haven't already. Follow me on my social medias. I'm shivonmakeupbiz on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I think that's it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next time. Bye!